How are you? Hey, good to see you. Look, whoa, it's me here, back in Vegas. Good to see you. It's the penultimate day of birthday. I can't believe it. 2 weeks is nearly up, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, have we got an exciting day lined up for you today. Thanks again for joining us on a weekend. It's exciting, isn't it, that we're back doing the weekend shows for our birthday event. My name is Ben Moseby, and we have a stellar day lined up for you. Brilliant masterclass coming up later on, but let's talk about this show with one of, I'm not gonna lie here, I think one of the best launches of the birthday event so far, because we've got something very special within this launch, which I think you will absolutely love, alongside an absolute craft room necessity. And I think you guys have already taken this launch to your heart because it is flying out of the door already. I'll give you all the mathematics and what you need to be doing very shortly indeed. But before all that, let me introduce who is with me for the whole of the day today. You know, I'm really excited because it's been lovely to be with Sarah a lot over the course of the last couple of weeks. It's been great to work with Leanne, of course, as well. Very sad that I missed Belvis Mesley on Thursday. Could have worked with that absolute legend. I heard he was pretty entertaining. Yeah, so that was sad. But I'm very excited to say that today I am back, reunited once again with my crafty bestie. Can you please welcome everybody, your friend of mine, all the way from Carnoustie in Scotland. It's the hottie Scotty, Mr. Craig Laird.
Brilliant. Oh, lost.
Out the front, mate. Out the front.
Wrong.
Out the front.
Where?
Out the. Hey! Good to see you.
First and foremost, how are you? Because, of course, yesterday you were travelling. Well, you were in Vegas sometimes. You weren't in Vegas.
I know.
You know, we were having a little play. You went to China. You went to, where else did you go? You went to London. You know, you just went everywhere.
I was everywhere, was I?
You were. Yeah. You think you were in Shanghai. And
Shanghai.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, all over the place, of course, when it comes to Friday Night Live game.
What?
You're going to have to watch. Clearly, you didn't watch last night, didn't you?
Clearly, I was on my day off. So, yeah, I didn't tune in. I don't know what I was doing last night at 5 o'clock. What was I doing?
What were you doing?
Well, I wasn't watching the show.
No, you weren't. You were relaxing, you were chilling.
I was chilling.
Getting ready for the last couple of days of birthday.
Yeah.
That's
what was the game now? I want to know.
Viva Lost
Vegas.
Lost Vegas.
That is brilliant.
Yeah. Or as if you were me, I just kept it really simple. Find Ben.
What? So I was like in different places. Like, where's Wally?
So it was, Belvis.
Yeah.
And he was in front of different, kind of icons. We had to guess, was he in Vegas or was he not? But then there was a couple of little cheats. Because, of course, maybe within Vegas, you've got things such as the Eiffel Tower, don't you?
Yeah. So he could have been in Paris or Vegas.
He could have been in Paris or Vegas, yeah.
What's that now?
I got a little bit cocky and thought, I know that answer. And then I was wrong.
So you're telling me that you lost then?
Well, overall, I won.
Oh, yes.
But when it comes to that round, I lost, or on that choice.
I shall watch it back later, dear viewer.
You should do that,
yeah. Can I just say, before we go through all the business, today's going to be an exciting day, and I want people to know, and they'll know from your live last night, that if you think we're coming to the end of birthday thinking, we're letting our foot off the gas here, we are not, because today is such a big launch, isn't it?
It really, really is. Who would have thought that Nest and Dies, for one person, such as myself, could be the best launch out of them all? Debbie Fisher was saying yesterday, of course, her favourite is the letterpress, but just underneath that was the Nest and Dies. Guys, you know it as well. You guys know. I've been banging on to Leanne and the team for probably a couple of years, saying we need plain, simple Nest and Dies in small increments. We've eventually got that, but what we've then done is we've teamed them with the most beautiful stained glass panels, incredibly strong construction acetate. I say construction, you're not really going to do construction with them. Maybe you're going to use them within construction. The colours are so vibrant, but what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to use your Nest and Dies with them, or you've just got your Nest and Die as core essentials to use day in, day out. And let me tell you, my craft desk at home, and when I come in here at Hobby Maker in the UK, they're going to be used all the time.
You've got like your sort of bread and butter with those nesting dies, and then with the, wait till you see the stained glass windows, you're just going to want to snap them up. I'll very quickly tell you, I don't normally do this at this point, but I'll tell you now because we're so busy, already of the showstopper, 20% of the stock's gone, Craig, and we've not even had a proper look at them. People have seen them on the website.
I done a live on Wednesday night, and then I done a live last night just to show you them in a little bit more detail as well. And you guys were, a lot of you were saying, my alarm's set, ready for them to go on the website. Because usually they go on the website around about 8 a.m. UK time, 8, 9, and you were ready, and proves the point there, doesn't it?
So it's your last 2 days to grab the amazing new launches. It's also the last 2 days to take advantage of all of the things that birthday brings to you, like double points. Keep saying this. Keep saying it. It's just there. Look. I keep saying this. If you're not yet within Club Inspire, you need to be joining up. What are you doing? If you're not in Club Inspire, you're missing a trick. It's free to join. It'll take you 2 minutes to sign up. You get 250 bonus points to get you started. And then for the next 2 days, you'll get 2 points for every pound or dollar that you spend. So you just need to join up, Craig, don't you, really, if you're not in the club?
Really. So I do have to say, though, as much as you've absolutely loved birthday, I bet you're looking forward to not having to say all of this.
No, I love it.
I've only said it 3 times over the last 2 weeks, and even I've been like, oh.
The thing is, I think everybody knows, but then the bosses go, we make sure you do this at the start of the show because people will forget. So we'll just tick the boxes. Next, free gift. Did you know that on every order that you place over the course of today and tomorrow, if you spend £10 or $10, you will get a free gift? It's a mystery. Oh, they didn't know in the gallery, apparently. No, Nicola and Liam. No. It's Liam's first time on birthday today, so that's very exciting, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Usually he's kind of behind the scenes, and he is, but he's behind the scenes and in the gallery.
He is. He's multi-talented.
He is indeed.
He is. And last but by no means least, you guys have loved the free shipping. This has been such a big win, Craig, hasn't it, for everybody across birthday, because we're consolidating orders.
Yes, I have done. I know I'll let you explain that one in a moment there. But yeah, what I've also seen as well, some of you, many of you start to receive your parcels. I've been looking at the free gifts they're getting. Have you seen them?
Well, I haven't, but I've heard that a lot of people are getting, because I said you could get duplicates, but it's Hillary who sticks in my mind, said she ordered like 15 items and got 15 completely different gifts.
Yeah, a lot of people are finding that they've not been getting duplicates, but they've been getting things such as decoupage dies and pads. You're getting the most incredible border dies, alphabets, all of these absolutely exceptional, and yeah, no duplicates.
The thing is, we've been consolidating your orders, so basically been sending those orders out to you once things are at the best time to send you, I suppose, really. But the thing you've got to think about now is we finish birthday tomorrow, so at the latest we're going to be starting sending out everything by sort of Monday morning, so you haven't got long to wait. But if you see something in this show that you absolutely love, maybe for example you want the showstopper, you can check that out straight away. But then if you sort of get halfway through and think, oh, I wish I'd ordered more of something or other, you can then just get another basket open and then check that one out, and you're not going to get free. You are going to get free shipping. You're not going to get charged. So it's such a win-win situation.
But if you can, make sure it's over 10.
Oh yes,
so
you get another free gift.
So if it's maybe like £8, £9, pop a glue or something in there. Every time it's over £10, you get that free gift.
And also, you'll know by now, in this show we will be picking someone at random to win and be our Plinko person. So you just need to comment, so ask a question, let us know what you're shopping for, let us know how your weekend's looking. At the end of the show, we'll pick a person at random, we'll drag out the Plinko board, and then we'll drop the disc. Wherever that disc lands, you could win up to £100 or dollars to spend with us. This is how you get social with us. What we have said today in the show, and I think this is interesting, is I don't want to drop the Plinko disc in this show.
I've done it a few times. I don't really mind not doing it.
So who would you like to drop the Plinko disc? Do you want producer Nicola?
Or do you want director Liam?
So one or the other will come through at the end of the show. Oh, Nicola, don't be like that. Nicola's just gone, I reckon they're just going to all vote for Liam.
Can I just then say, whoever doesn't do it in this first show, the other one does it in the next show?
I love that idea.
Yeah? Yeah?
Okay,
there you go.
That's all fair. We don't want them arguing. Don't want the kids arguing, do we? If we can, you'll both get a turn. Oh, for goodness sake, what they like. What they like.
Yeah.
No, we're not nearly there yet. We've got another hour and 50 minutes.
Be quiet, or I'll turn this car around.
Yeah, exactly right. Dear, oh dear, Liam and Nicola. Right. You go that way, I'll go that way, and let me tell you all the maths, and then Craig is going to take you through this amazing collection. Here it is. the price, again, is brilliant. We've managed to bring you some sensational prices for some sensational products here across this last 2 weeks. You're going to get your stained glass windows, and what's so lovely about this, again, is that you get different designs and different shapes on those stained glass window acetates, and they are absolutely stunning. Wait till you see these with Craig. You've got beautiful scenes of nature, you've got beautiful creatures from nature. They are absolutely stunning. And then to go alongside those, you've got all of your fantastic nesting dies as well, in a variety of different shapes. 14 nesting dies per set. Things like your squares, of course, circles, ovals, and then you've also got some more sort of irregular shapes in there as well, like your hexagons, octagons in there too. Here's a challenge for you as well. I was asked to bring this up, but I'm going to set this as a challenge. Can you spot, I would say it's deliberate, Ben, yeah. Can you spot the deliberate mistake on the packaging? Can you spot, there's no prize, but I wonder if anybody can see the little mistake. £52 or $68 is the platinum price on all of that. And here's the brilliant thing as well. If you decide to go for your showstopper, you then open up the bonus buy, which allows you to buy a second set of your stained glass window acetate for half price. There's Craig just getting ready. So this is the reason why you need to be in quick, because the showstopper's flying and then people are buying the bonus price. I heard before the show that out of the hundreds of people who have already shopped, only 3 people have said no thanks to the bonus buy. So we're very busy, and you've got to understand, when people buy that bonus buy, it takes away quantities from the showstopper, so you are going to have to be super duper quick. Just to show you the details of the bonus buy, bottom of your screen there, so £25 or $29. You can slash that in half when you put it into your basket with your showstopper. So £12.50 or $14.50 is the price on that, and that's before your discount as well. Double points, free gift. I'll say a few hellos in just a second, but I'm really keen for you to see exactly... Oh, Wendy Waffles, I think, has spotted the mistake already. We'll find out in a minute. Let us go over to Craig, though, and have a look through everything that you're going to get here. It's such a wonderful collection. No wonder we're 20% gone, Craig.
If I just focus certainly within the nesting dies, you have to have. You have to have them. They are a key essential when it comes to crafting. Whether you're beginner, whether you're advanced, the mats and layers, the frames, of course, whether you're using them for panels, maybe your sentiments, your toppers, all of these you're going to be able to use. Now let's look at some finished samples first of all. Now we're kind of focusing here within the actual stained glass panel, and then these are bringing in some of your plain nesting dies here. But look at that, the vibrancy, and even that doesn't show it off. Wait till you see it against your white cardstock. You've got your squares, you've got your circles. Now you've got 36 within each of the packs. So that's 36 squares, and then you've got your 36 of your circles. Now within each one, Ben, you've got 12 designs, and then you're going to be getting 3 of each. And certainly when it comes to the circles and the squares, they actually sit and sized perfectly for the stained glass panels. However, you can absolutely use the hexagons, you can use the octagons, you can use the ovals, even starting to change the shape of the actual stained glass panels. But then what about using just the dies on their own? If you had a look earlier on this morning on the I'm a Crafter's Companion page, you'll know that our Nicole has done some incredible samples. Wow, and you'll see them on there. What about that one? Nicola, did you make that one? How beautiful.
That's incredible.
Is that?
Love that.
Is that with the letterpress? It's with the letterpress. So using them in conjunction of the letterpress that you can see, but because you can create the apertures, Ben, because you can create, it's kind of like your Paramount effect, but you can do, of course, your Pyramage effect if you want, but you don't have to do them with layers of foam pads or glue gel. I mean, starting to frame all of your different florals here, but do your inipage as well. Look at that, that actually goes inwards when it comes to the actual dies. Change them over there. What about bringing in your handmade papa. Oh my gosh, Nicola's made that
Nicola
one
is
too.
slaying it today.
I'm sorry, Nicola should be on this side. I should be in the gallery. Look at that one, going in. Little sections there. That is a beautiful, Rachel's made that one here. But what you can also then do then is what about coming in and starting to create the fold outs. That could have been, Ben, an easel.
Yeah.
Use them for your easels if you want to. There is just so many, and we'll keep showing them throughout the show. Let's show one more here. That's using nesting dies you might have at home.
Look at
so with these, as I said, you've got your circles, you've got your squares, you've got 36 within each of them. Within each of them, you've got 12 designs, and then you're going to be getting 3 of each. Now, the designs in all of them are completely different. Now, you might find, or you will find, the square has a bumblebee, and then the circle has a bumblebee. However, what you're going to find is completely different images as such. Now, when we look at the actual acetate panels, these are phenomenal.
They're works of art, aren't they?
Works of art, absolutely works of art. Now, this is them on their own, so you've got that translucity to them, and then when you're actually teaming them, even with just a white piece of cardstock, look at the colours. So this has been your circles. This is where, Ben, you've got your 12 and you're getting 3 of each one. And yes, they're the heavyweight construction weight of an acetate, but what you can do is with your metal shim, use your nesting dies, make them smaller, lift them up with foam pads, so you can still do all of that. But the owls, the bumblebees, it's like you've got the blended detail in there as well. The peacock that you've got. But then what about coming in with things such as the actual moons as well, which would work really well with things such as your cosmic collection. Kind of your tree of life, you've got a couple in there as well.
Wow.
So that is the 12 of your circles. But then if we bring in the squares, then you've got completely different images. And this is what I meant, Ben. If I bring that back in, you've got a bumblebee, but they're completely different images. So you're not going to duplicate whatsoever when it comes to all of them. The sunflowers, you've got your cardinal in there. That one there you've got that would work well with Sarah's Enchanted Ocean. You've got your dragonfly that we're going to use as well. So beautiful kingfishers in there, lovebirds in there. So to have all of these are absolutely substantially beautiful. But then what about as well, to let you see the colours, let's bring in our light pad here. And I'm going to bring in just one of them. So if we bring even one of them in here, now when it comes to against light, it starts to then, I'm not saying dull it down, but that translucity actually, you know, kind of lowers the colours compared to when you have it up against something block. What I would say within all of these ones is because they're incredibly strong, you've got these, Ben, with the protective backing, just like you would be used to with your heavyweight. So all that you're going to do, and I will show you this throughout the show, but just go on to one corner and you're going to give it a scrape. If it's not on that side, you're going to go into that side, peel it off, and then that's your protective backing off. What I will also show you is because, now they're not delicate as in weight because they're substantial, but look at the way they come packaged. Yours comes neater because ours have been in and out, but they're sandwiched in between tissue paper. If that's not luxury when it comes to the imagery, it is absolutely exquisite. So that is, of course, your stained glass window panels. But what about the nesting dies?
Oh, come on, baby.
Here we go.
A quarter of the showstopper's gone, Craig, just to warn everybody, inside 20 minutes.
Get in.
You've got to be quick.
You've got your ovals. Craig got his way. We've got small 5mm increments between each of these ones here. Now, the largest out of most of them are 4x4. One of them is 4x3.5, which we'll show you. Do you know something? I'm going to say this right now because a lot of you guys are going to be asking this. I'm going to be bugging the team to get them up to 8x8. That's what I've tried, and I know you guys have been asking all my lives as well, so we're going to keep persistent, but then that will mean we've got a good add-on, hopefully, in the future. But you've got your oval, you've got your circles, but perfect circles. No scalloped edge, no crinkled edge, no distressed edge. They're all fab and they're good to use, but we've got plain nesting dies. We've then got our hexagons. We've also got our octagons. We've also got our squares. We've also got our rectangles, but then you can use your oval in with your rectangle. You can then use your octagon inside your squares. We're going to have a play as well later on tonight within masterclass with these, but use your circles in the hexagons, use the hexagons in the circles. There are so many different ways in which you can use them, but the plain edge, but then what they also are as well, they are 5mm increment. So if you got your stamping platform yesterday, bring in your sentiment stamp bin, these are going to then be the perfect size. You've got a size for every one of your stamp to mat and layer beautifully, perfectly, and we'll start to show you that throughout the remainder of the show.
I do want to say a few quick hellos here, and also just to warn you, we are exceptionally busy right now. As predicted, we are, heading towards 30%. It was 25%. We're now closer to 30% of the stock of the showstoppers gone. Everybody's going for the showstopper. It's a brilliant price because you get these stunning stained glass window acetate panels, don't you? And then you've got, on top of that, a craft room necessity as far as your nesting dies are concerned. Just to say as well, it's just the packaging that's wrong. Everything that you're going to get within the packaging is right. It's just the sample on the front which is different. So you will get your set of ovals, you will get your set of circles, you'll get your set of rectangles, the squares, the hexagon and the octagon. It's just a misprint on the front of the actual packaging, so don't worry about that. Loads of you already in saying hello. Rachel is on the socials. Radical Rachel and Julie Palmer says good morning from a wet Ipswich. Hello Ipswich. Hello Barbara Falcone in Hopewell Junction, New York. Lois is in Ohio. Amelie Batiste is in. Lynn's in Newcastle. Fred World, that's Ruby, says good morning from Montana. Hello, Montana. And hi to Lynn Harvey. Lovely Lynn says, hi, Ben and Craig, the amazing team and the wonderful social superstar. Terry H is in, saying, good early morning, Ben, Craig and crafty friends from Iowa. Hello, Iowa. I finally get a day off and I can watch the entire show live. Boom. Tess is in, saying, what a lovely few weeks. What have been your highlights? Let us know in the comments of the last few weeks. Remember, the more you comment, more chance you've got of playing Plinko later. Well done to Linda, who's got the showstopper and the bonus buy bundle. Whitney says, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Sarah Jean says, I bought the showstopper and the bonus buy at Savvy Shopping. Get in early. Time to sit back and relax and enjoy. Tess says, I'm so happy that you've launched these nesting die sets. I've been waiting forever for this essential. And that is the key here. The key word there, essential. You've got the lovely, you've got the nice, you've got the beautiful, and then you've got the essentials here. All right, so that's why you need this showstopper. Jacobu says, CC, I just have to say that the free gifts have been the best ever, and they're so much appreciated. Thank you for such wonderful treats. You are welcome. Angela says, I got my 3D Starbucks die set this morning and a fab free gift of some tricolour aqua markers. There you go. Tells you all you need to know about the free gifts. You say I can make loads of things. The colours I can make are endless. Thank you. Hi to Dawn, who says, good morning from NC. I've been awake since 4:30 in anticipation. Deborah Ziadi has woke up early, placed her order, as has Debbie Kern, saying just ordered the showstopper and the bonus buy. Chica has caved, bought the showstopper and the bonus buy, and Chazelle has just put in order number 9. Dahlia says, I love the stained glass panels, and yes, thank you for those nesting dies. Exceptionally busy shop now, and enjoy the show. Don't wait till later because you are running a big risk here. When I tell you we're almost at 30% of the stock of the showstopper, you need to be in quick. Just a few quick questions, Craig, if we can, and fire these in as we go because we're happy to ask. So Jeanette is asking, are the nesting dies big enough for 5x7 cards?
Yes, and you'll see that throughout. The largest of most of them are 4x4, and then there's one of them, I think it's maybe the oval, is 4x3.5. So most of them are 4x4.
Julie Askew says, is the tissue paper there just to protect the panels?
Absolutely, yeah. There is no rhyme or reason for them other than to protect them, so you can start to use it for other things, maybe that you can use tissue paper for.
And finally, for now, and again, keep these coming in. Let's use Craig whilst he's here. We're live. Please ask the questions. Sherry Burns says, do we know the size of the stained glass circles and squares?
Yes, 4x4, because they work with the largest dies that you've got within the nesting dies. Perfectly thought out.
Nesting dies are the most useful dies, says Karen. I use mine often. Yes. Beautiful, want it because it's lush. Sorry. need, because it's essential. It's the best of all worlds here. Don't wait around. Grab whilst we've still got stock. Shall we get into a demo?
Shall we?
Let's do it. Come on.
Let's keep it simple.
Yeah.
Although, you said there, I don't know whose stuff is at the side here, but just so happens I've got the star dies here.
Okay.
What about, Ben, using that full panel star die, but then use it, let's go for a smaller one.
Okay.
Starting to cut apertures
I love that
in them
idea.
as well. Or you've got your decorative ones, maybe you don't want that full part, maybe you only want a little bit, die cut the die, and then die cut, or if you use 2 of them, die cut a frame, stick that over the top, trim around the edge, and then you've not got a star, but you've got that pattern in the middle. This is the thing with nesting dies. You can do so much. And talking about that framework, that's what we're going to do within this first demonstration to keep it really, really simple. So you can change the look of all your existing dies that you've got at home. So we're going to go in 6x6 card blank here, and then we're going to go in with the 2 largest circles. So let's take both of these, and then I've got some yellow cardstock. This just so happens to be left over from the Be Beautiful collection, but if you've got our new coordination cardstock, that would be lovely, or maybe things such as your Centura Pearl, maybe of course your things such as your linen card. And with these nesting dies, Ben, these still act as ways to cut your acetates and that as well. Nothing changes. All that you're going to do for things such as acetate is put in your metal shim. So you can still do all these things. You can still do all your materials. You know how we've talked about in the past, if it's a simplistic shaped die, you can use it for different materials and that. These are exactly the same. So you don't think as though I can only do my card. You can absolutely do your other materials. But if I take that one out here, now this is what I mean about the frame. What I'm going to do, I do have other company nesting dies because we didn't do ours, and I'm not going to call them out. But what you're going to find is other ones does not look like there's a lot of metal there, but there actually is. If you look at other brands' nesting dies, Ben, sometimes all that you get is actually the cut edge. That makes it flimsy. So when you run 2 together, you can get one part that's maybe a little bit thicker than the other part. Look how perfect that is. 2 bits of low-tack tape, didn't move, there's no thin bit, there's no thicker bit, that is perfect all the way round.
Love it.
So we can start to frame our toppers, our sentiments, or what we're going to do, if I bring this in, that then perfectly fits our nester die. Perfect with the acetate. Now what I want to do is I want to cut an aperture within my card blank. So what you're going to use, Ben, is you're always going to use the smallest out the 2. If I use the largest, that is just going to fall all the way through. It needs a lip to glue onto. So we're going to take that smallest one and we're going to go into our card blank here. And then we're going to get that as central as we can. And for this one, we're starting off simple, but yet we're showing you how you can do your apertures and your frameworks. If you do your cross-stitching, Ben, this is a great way to do your cross-stitching cards because, of course, you can create all that framework as well.
Absolutely.
It's a great way to do that. Colour coordinate. Running them through, they'll go through your G2, your OG, they'll go through your MIDI as well. Some of them will go through your Mini. And of course, they will go through all die cutting machines as well.
Excellent.
Size dependent. So if I close that one, this is now what I meant by if you do your cross stitching. Create a lovely frame, put your cross stitching in the back, and then what you're going to do, Ben, is take another 6x6, repeat that step, and then that's then going to cover your workings from, of course, your cross stitching. So use them out with card making. But we're going to come along here. I'm going to use my, for this one, I'm going to use my dotty tape runner. And we're going to go all the way around here.
30% of the showstopper's gone.
Well done, guys.
Well done.
Grab them.
And just in case, I know people joining all the time, Carolyn is asking, what's the bonus buy? The bonus buy is more of the stained glass window acetate for half the price. So you get another set of the circles, another set of the squares for half the price. So you've got to just get that in your basket, haven't you?
You do.
Absolutely.
You absolutely do. It's one of those, when I got the set, Ben, I thought, oh my gosh, the acetate windows are beautiful.
Yeah.
Am I really going to use them out with the shows? I've had a few family birthdays lately.
Oh, yeah?
And I've been using the nesting dies. I have been using the nesting
stained glass
dies,
windows, yeah.
but I've been using the stained glass window panels
But again,
for their
they're
cards.
exceptional cards, aren't they? And you can do it quickly. You can make a real quick card with these, can't you?
can.
They look the absolute business.
Creating that
Business.
framework. So then I'm going to come in here, and then onto the back, what we're going to do is I'm going to add the actual dots again, work that all the way around, and then adding that in. And because we've now got that lip all the way around, I can pop that one into place here. So if I just lift, move that in, hold that in, and then what I'm going to do is I've got a little strip here. Let's bring in our stamping platform from yesterday.
I heard this was rather busy yesterday, Craig.
What was that, sorry?
I said I heard this was mildly busy yesterday.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a smidge. teeny little bit. Absolutely flew out. We've still got a little bit left over.
Oh, okay. So if you missed it,
The others did
Shop
sell
today.
out. The actual, what do you call them? The layering stencils, they were phenomenal, Ben. But they did sell out. But we've still
okay.
got our stamping platform. So if I bring that in, so I'm just going to stamp that one out. We've got congratulations. I'm then just going to then just take that one off. And then what we can do, Ben, is if we size that, I've got this one in here, going to go in with a little strip and a little panel. I'm not going to add gems, I'll bring the one that I've already done. But if I start to go within the centre here, keeping it clean, keeping it simple, but it's using the stained glass panels and the nesting dies in simple form to create beautiful cards. So if I pop that in there, I'm going to come towards the bottom. And then if you go in with some gems or pearls, Ben, and bring that one in, so that's the only difference that I've done. Gone in with some of our pearls. And then look at that, clean, crisp, simple. When you go flush, look at the vibrancy that you've got.
Yeah.
But then you start to then get that kind of distanced effect when it starts to open up. And you've got, of course, nothing blocking it from behind.
just sensational. Like the stained glass windows, I said it earlier, I'll say it again, they're like a work of art. They're absolutely stunning. You get the squares, you get the circles, and of course you're going to get 12 designs, so 3 of each within each of the sets. And as much as people are chatting about those, the majority of people, I think, seem just so pleased that they're going to be able to get their hands on these nesting dies, which you'll be using time and time and time again. Mary Beth Dawes got her order in for the nesting dies before the show started. Alexandra says, my order for the showstopper was in just after 9 UK time. I love nesting dies. She says, I've got so many fancy edge ones, but I struggled with plain edges.
Exactly. And that was the same issue that I had. When I said I had other brands, I've got ones that are either thicker increments or, of course, they were a lot thinner. I wanted strong. I know that we do top quality. Wanted strong, wanted sturdy. But what I really wanted was 5mm increments. And that, I think, is what's been the seller for a lot of you guys at home, speaking on my lives the last couple of nights, Ben.
The showstopper really is a steal, says Jacobu. Nesting dies can be expensive. To get that many sets and the stained glass acetate is incredible. It is, because when you consider, aside from the hexagons there, you have got 14 dies within each of the sets. So it's a huge amount of dies, a lot of metal you're getting for your money. And on top of that, you're getting the 72 stained glass windows as well. It is an exceptional buy. I concur with you, Jacobu. And the fact that you get more of the fact that you get more of the stained glass window as well in there. for your bonus buy means that this is flying. Well done to Marnie. Says, okay, Showstopper and the Redliner tape bundle ordered. That's on the Shop the Show. Joanne Bosworth says, hey, Ben and Craig and the CC team, you have done a great job with these. I've ordered the Showstopper and the bonus buy before the show. And Diane Ware says, thank you, CC. I've been wanting these for quite some time. If you do just want the nesting dies on their own, there is a bundle available for those. If you don't want to have those stained glass windows, the majority of people do. Just very quickly as well, Chica asks Craig, she says, can you use glue on the acetate, or is tape the best?
Really, really good question. If you've got time to let it dry, your tacky glue is a good one. I like to use that as well. You do need to let that dry a little bit longer because, of course, when it comes to the actual acetate, it's a non-porous surface. So it is a good one to use. You just need to let that dry just a little bit longer, but it's what I do when I've got time.
I must be very serious with you here. We are almost at 40% of the Showstopper gone.
I thought I heard Nicholas say that, but I thought, no, not quite 40, but
40%, just shy of. And it was a big stock we had here. 35 minutes in, that should flash a few sort of warning signs towards you in that you don't wait here. In the words of Leanne, don't run. No, don't walk. Do run. Don't walk this time around. It is flying. Just very quickly as well, we will give you time to have a break. I just wanted to make you aware too that the Gemini 2 plate bundle we've got, the 9x6 collection, we are hanging on to this one by a thread. How many have we got left? 17 chances left to buy these. So there's two options for you here. If you've just got a G2 already and you want to stock up on your 9x6 plates, you might want to grab these here. But also don't forget that if you are thinking of buying a G2, again, we don't have huge stocks of the G2. I want to say we've got less than 50 of those remaining of the current batch. You can pick these up, right? You put your G2 in your basket and you think, okay, well, having some 9x6 plates would be really handy. These are the bonus buy on that as well. So you can get these for half price when you buy your Gemini 2. It comes with everything that you need, all right? So you've got your rubber embossing mat, you've got your magnetic shim in here, that plastic shim, of course, as well. If you treat this correctly, you're flipping and rotating it, that can last up to 10 times longer than the original plastic shim. Metal cutting plate is included, and then you've got your white cutting plate as well. Once again, flip and rotate, and you could get up to 3 times longer with those over the original plates. Remember, these are going to work perfectly for you inside your G2 because you've got that optical sensor which will read these plates. If, by the way, you just have the Gemini Junior and you're thinking I could do with some new plates, these will work for you as well within the Junior. So whichever way, 17 we've got left, they will not last. So if you like, if you want, you need to be checking these out now. £44 or $60 is the platinum price. Oh, you do get the storage included as well, the little baggie. And don't forget, if you fancy one of the final Gemini 2s that we currently have in stock, add this into your basket with your G2 and we'll give you these for £22 or $30 platinum. Moreover, you need to be getting this brand new Showstopper because at this rate, we're going to be sold out within an hour. So go as quickly as you can. Take advantage of the last 2 days of getting your free shipping, your free gift and your double points and come back to us in about 4 minutes time. But quick, go.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless I'm coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes with the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
19th birthday's gonna set my soul on fire. I got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn on all the launches I desire. Oh, the hundreds of great deals waiting out there. How much will I spend? Man, I don't even care. Don't tell my bank manager so he's unaware. Viva Craft Vegas! Viva Craft Vegas! Oh, how I wish that there were more than the 2 whole weeks of birthday. And even if there were 4 or more, I wouldn't sleep a minute away. Oh, there'll be fun with the Plinko and the roulette wheel. Fortunes that you'll save on every deal. All you'll need's a credit card and the nerve of steel. Viva Craft Vegas! Viva Craft Vegas! Viva Craft Vegas, I'll be sure to cash in on these deals. There's no hope I'll refrain. Viva Craft Vegas, turning day into nighttime, turning night into daytime. Once you see the deals, you'll never be the same again. I'm gonna keep on the run, I'm gonna have me some fun. If it costs me my very last dime, but if I wind up broke, well, I'll always remember that I had a crafty time. I'm gonna bag all the double that I can of all the free gifts and bonus buys. I'm such a fan, just gotta keep my spending secret from my partner, oh man. Viva Craft Vegas! Viva Craft Vegas! Viva Craft Vegas! Viva, Viva Craft Vegas!
There you go, old Belvis Mesley there doing his thing. Last couple of days of that as well, of the song. I'm ready. That gives you a bit of an idea as to what's coming up in just a few moments' time. If you missed it on Thursday, by the way, got a Best of Belvis video going up on the socials just after this show if you missed it all. Check that out. Hi to Laurel, it says, I did get the showstopper and the bonus buy. I was originally only going to get the stained glass windows, but the nesting dies together are an awesome price. They are. It's a sensational buy for £52 platinum. Mahogany Leone says, and the other thing you may have noticed was that the ovals are a slightly different shape than the majority of other manufacturers' nesting dies. Well, there you go. Wendy Graham says, hi Ben and Craig, I've ordered the showstopper really early as we were meeting friends out for breakfast and on our way home now, so I'm watching on my phone. Hubby driving as I didn't want to miss the show. Well, hello Wendy, and thank you for shopping early. Pays to get in early, particularly on launches like this, because we are now over 40, heading towards 50% of that showstopper stock gone. Just to say as well, the reason why it's flying is A, everybody loves it, everybody wants it, but people are buying the showstopper and then getting the bonus buy, which is more of the stained glass window acetate, so you can get those for half price in the same basket as your showstopper. That, of course, is impacting the amount of people who can then get the showstoppers. So there's multiple reasons why you need to shop quickly. You'll get your double points last 2 days of that. You're going to get your free shipping as well last 2 days of that, and your free gift when you shop with this. Again, the last couple of days. Let's go back to Craig. Now, for those of you that were watching just a second ago, you'd be like, oh, heard a little beep there. What was that beep? Was that the foil press? It wasn't the fire alarm, was it? No, it wasn't the fire alarm. It was the foil press. Hang on a minute, what are you doing with the foil press?
So I done this on my YouTube live last night, and because I done it there, I thought I'm not going to do it again. I'll just recommend that you guys go back and watch it there. And then I had a special request from Nicola, actually saying what you guys were saying in the live yesterday about, oh my gosh, is it now a game changer? And Nicola seen it and was like, you've got to do it on here. So I was going to do it later on, and then I thought, do you know what? Because it's going so big, for those that have got the foil press and thinking, that's great, let's do it. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a foil press to foil a frame.
Nice.
Because you can do that. So we're going to use our parrot, but we're going to use the octagon bin. We're going to change it. We're going to change it up.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go into here and then peel off that backing. Now, what I've been saying, Ben, is the front and back is pretty much identical.
Yeah.
But the way I've been thinking it, we always say protective backing is on the back. So therefore, the side that's got that protective backing, I've been thinking that as the back.
As the back, yeah.
So that's the way that I've been thinking.
Yeah.
So let's go in with our octagons, and I'm going to use 3 here. So I'm going to use the largest, second largest, third largest. So if we now come in with the 2 largest here, I'm also going to bring in a piece of white cardstock, and then I'm also going to bring in some gold foil. So I'm going to just set that one out the way. Now I say that this only takes 3 seconds. These will be on a little bit longer because you'll see that I want to try and centralise it. Now, if you are not familiar with your foil press, you do have your grids and you've got a central line down here. No, you can't see the measurements, but you'll see it when you see yours at home. We're on green, we're ready to go. I've just gone to 3 seconds here. Now I'm going to take this largest one, Ben, and I'm going to centralise that on my foil press. I'm going to bring in this next one here and do the same. Please remember your foil press platform is not magnetic. So just keep in mind that it doesn't move.
Yep.
So I've kind of got that central, set that on. I'm going to press start for the 3 seconds. That is it. Probably would only do 2 seconds with it being sitting on there. I'm now going to go in with my foil, shiny side down. I'm going to go in with my square piece of card, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to centralise that the best I can. Don't worry if it's not, because we can always trim. Put our carbon plate over the top, slide that out. I'm just going to grab that so the dies don't move, and then we're going to run that through. Now I'm using 2 of the largest nesting dies with the small increments, but you could use the alternative ones. I could use the largest, third largest for a bigger scope frame. So you can then use the octagon and a hexagon, or octagon and a circle. But if I lift this one up here, you can see that indent. If I peel that off, now that has actually taken a lot longer than it needed to be. So I'm going to do that again. And what I am going to say, and I'm not making excuses here, but this is not my foil press. You know how I always use my own?
Yes, and they're always slightly different, aren't they?
They are, they absolutely are. Always check first. I'm going to take them off just now. Check first, because sometimes it's not over foiling, Ben. It's just some of the foil just grabbing to the card.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a piece of white card. We're just going to cut that one again. You would bet your bottom dollar you go live and then you get that happening. But you'll have seen it. If you watched last night, you'll have seen me do it. So I'm going to go in and then I'm going to trim. So I've trimmed that to 5.5 inches. So move these out the way, move these out the way, move that one out the way. So I've got my card. We're still on 3 seconds. I'm going to come down to 2, and then I've got that green ready to go. Always remember with your foil press, get everything so that you are ready. So we're just going to trim a bit of the gold foil. Is that going to be big enough? Nope. So let's take another bit. That, of course, won't go to waste. We'll use that elsewhere. Trim. Try and trim it to roughly the actual size.
Yeah.
So we've not got any overhang. If you get any foiling within the centre, I'm not bothered because we're actually going to end up cutting that out. So if I come in, I'm going to do that again. So let's take the largest one, following the grids, get that as central as possible.
But he's just asking, does the die cutting edge go upwards or downwards?
On the foil press, always up.
Right.
Otherwise you cut into your mat.
Yeah.
So it's always, always up. And no, you can't foil with the other side because then you're going to be cutting into your foil press. So I'm going to do press start. I'm just going to leave the carbon plate off for this one, and then we're going to go over the top here, bring that in, lift that off. We're going to then run that one through. So as that one goes through, hopefully it worked this time.
It's a little bit of trial and error, isn't it? Like you say, 'cause it's not your machine.
Well, it's not mine, no.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So we're going to bring in, did I? Never even put my card in.
Well spotted,
Thanks,
Liam.
Liam was like, did you put your card in? No. If anything, I've got a nicely, beautifully foiled carbon plate.
I like that.
So let's do that. Bring this in.
It's been a long 2 weeks, hasn't it? Hasn't it been a long 2 weeks? You can tell we're getting tired.
Yeah, I know.
And it's Saturday.
Giddy. You can tell I'm just getting giddy with this launch.
That's it.
Let's bring them in. Each time, Ben, that I'm attempting this, I'm taking the dies off. I'm letting them cool for a moment.
Yeah.
Because we don't want all that excess heat. The only saving grace with this, Ben, is however many times it takes me to do it, I can always tell you, go back on my YouTube from last night and watch me do it in a oneer. So, right, third time lucky.
This is the one.
This is the one.
Foil.
Foil. Card. Into here. Carbon plate with our beautifully foiled.
Have I remembered everything?
Octagon.
Yep.
Run it through. And then we're doing this with the octagon, but you've got all of these that you can do. So if you think of your oval sentiments, instead of die cutting with the oval frames, foil them. So let's run this one through, lift this up. So there we go.
Yay.
So we've got that little bit that I can trim off.
Yeah.
But look at that. So we've now got, just hatching it for the light, look at that, your perfectly foiled outline. So let's take these off, because when we're not using it, we're switching it off. So we're going to now trim this down. So I'm going to trim, let's do it to 5 by 5. So I'm going all the way round. Going to go in with a piece of gold satin card.
Yeah.
From our luxury card. We're going to bring that in. So we've now got our beautiful foil. But what I want to do, can't see the parrot, can we? So what we're now doing is we're going to bring in that third smallest one. So that's going to sit in there. And because they're nesting dies, they all nest in perfectly. But what actually, let's change it up.
Oh, hang on, he's having a bit of an improv moment here. He's riffing.
Tell you what, let's do what's going to be the nice size to just fit in. Let's do this.
All right.
So let's change it up. If you want to see me do it all with the octagons, then of course, whenever I say that, I think of UFC fighting. The octagon.
In the octagon, yeah.
The octagon,
Making their way to the octagon.
But this is a good way to show, Ben, how with the nesting dies, although you've got your sets of them, you can start to mix and match. Nothing stops you from mixing and matching.
And just chat to me more about these, because Lynn's, I think, thinking of buying them. She says, what's the difference between these ones and the other Crafter's Companion nesting dies?
Plain edge. Yeah. So they're plain edge. There's no scallop, there's no decorative, there's no distress, there's no stitch, there's nothing. Also, thinner increments. They are 5 mil.
Yeah.
All of them are 5 mil increments. So you've not got your thicker ones, you've not got your bigger widths, 5 mil increments. So if you're doing the mats and layers, how many of you have said to me, Craig, I struggle with my mats and layers? I know we brought out our mat and layer dies, but they were still thicker layers between each increment. This, basically, if I bring this in now, you would not know, did Craig do that with nesting dies or the guillotine? A lot of people struggle with the guillotine. So you're going to get the guillotine look, but of course with the nesting dies. So that's the two main ones, plain edge, and then you've also got your smaller increments. Yeah. But now, what we've got here, if I just take that out the top, what we've now got is we've now got our octagon foiled frame.
Love it.
But with a circle aperture. So I'm going to move that one out the way. Let's bring in my guillotine again. Now the actual card I cut to 5 by 5. So let's do a little mat and layer. And let's move that out the way. What I'm then going to do, let's go in with my, what have I done with my squares? I had them, didn't I? Had them a moment ago. That's not square, that's not square. What have I done with them, Ben? What about? Did have them, didn't I?
I think you did.
Sure I did. I've got circle, I've got oval, I've got rectangle, I've got hexagon, I've got the...
Do you want to borrow mine?
Yeah, please. How...
Where have they gone then?
I'm sure I've had them all. I'm sure I've had them.
They're not under here, are they?
Disappeared. Disappeared. We'll find them when we're not looking for them. So now what we can use these for as well is gutting our card. So if you don't want to use your paper trimmer,
That's a really good
use
idea.
this one.
Oh, sorry, hi. Just waiting for my... Just
Not
need
used
the...
it for...
Just need the...
It's so... I'm sure I definitely had them from the start. So let's take the square ones. So I'm going to use...
Can I just have the... Oh, I just take my packaging back.
You want the packaging back?
Yeah, just so I can put it on me.
That is so
That is weird.
bizarre.
Very strange.
So bizarre. Where they disappeared.
How bizarre, how bizarre.
So, instead of using our craft knife and ruler, or instead of using our V-blade paper trimmer, we're going to use our square nesting die. And each time so far, have you noticed, I've gone in base plate, I've gone in frosted shim, and then I've gone in with my top plate. I've not needed my magnetic shim because these are plain, simple edge dies. You don't need all that pressure. We talk about this. The Gemini's got the most amount of pressure. You don't always need it. So where you're not needing it, take out that magnetic shim. So now what I've got is, not only have I got a gutted piece of card, but I've now got a perfect square I can use another time.
Love it.
And that then means if I pop that there, look at that, we've got our matten layer, but we see none of the cardstock throughout the middle. So this is another benefit from our actual nesting dies. And I'm going to do the same again with my 6x6 card blank. I'm going to come in as close to the centre as possible. Don't worry if it's not exactly bang on. And then we're going to pop that down, bringing in our plates here. And I do tend to use my V-blade trimmer to do the gutting, but then you get not always a straight edge, and then when you've got that connecting point, sometimes you go over, sometimes you don't quite go as far, so you bring in your scissors. So it's nice coming in with here, the nesting dies, and then, gosh, Ben.
Just shy of 50% of the stock gone. Very
Awesome.
busy, and we're halfway through the show, so if it keeps going at this rate, it's gone by the end of the show.
True, true. Which then also means, Ben, if I bring that in now, we can see all the way through, and then we've used our nesting dies each time. So let's start to assemble this. Let's go in with our tape runner here, and we're going to run it round, all the way round. What about as well is, let's say, you know how earlier on I used my nesting dies to cut a frame? Here. That could be white card, right? Then do the waste technique of your foil press and then foil it.
Oh, I love that idea.
Or foil your card and then die cut it. So you're going to be able to keep using these all the time. And I'm a huge advocate to trying to make people aware that nesting dies aren't just there for you to do simple nesting layers. They're there to also serve a purpose. Foiling with them. What about going over with your adhesives and do your gilding flakes with them? They'll still go through lots of your materials, but with, of course, things such as your metal shim. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in with the parrot. So we're going from a circle to now, well, technically, I've kept it as a circle because I've changed it. I will bring in the octagon that I'd done live last night. Press that down. I'm going to add just a little bit more adhesive. Bring this in over the top. Look, you're seeing my glass mat through the parrot.
A lot of people say they're going to be using these for light boxes.
Great idea. Really, really good idea. So look at that translucity that you've got, but if you go flush against your card, but then if you fold that back, and then what I done live last night, Ben, is this. So I done exactly the same. The only difference, instead of using the circle, I used the next size down within the octagon, and then I came in with our Simply sentiments, done my sentiments, but that is now using our nesting dies with, of course, your foil press to get that nice foiled edge. Have a play with your foil press. You're either going to be 2 seconds or 3 seconds. That's it to do all that different framework.
Do you know what? I think alongside your stamping platform launching yesterday, this is going to be the launch of birthday that you will use the most. It's such a must-have collection, whether you are a new crafter, whether you're a seasoned crafter, to have all of these nesting dies at your disposal, I just think is brilliant, and it's going to be a set that is going to be there on your craft table that you're going to be using day in and day out. And for those of you, again, talking about your light boxes, we've got a beautiful light box just on the set there for you as well. So yeah, absolutely, you will be using those for your light boxes. I think that's an absolutely cracking idea. It really, really is. But yeah, you're going to get 36 of the squares, 36 of your circles in the stained glasses, and again, all those different designs, which we'll see with Craig. You know, you've got beautiful butterflies, you've got the bees, you've got the seahorses in there, dragonflies, beautiful flora in there as well, like your sunflowers. You've got the cardinal in there. It's a stunning, stunning set of beautiful stained glass acetates, and then all of those nesting dies within that set as well. And remember, aside from your hexagon, you get 12 in there, and then 14 different size, incrementally sized nesting dies within your squares, within your hexagons and your rectangles and your ovals. It's flying. Thank you for the comments coming through. I cannot believe we're halfway through the show already. Still to come, of course, in around about 45-50 minutes time, we'll be dropping that Plinko disc. Who do you want to drop the disc to win the prize today? Is it going to be Nicola in the first show, or would you like to see Liam? Whoever doesn't get to do it in this show will be dropping it in tonight's show. But thank you to Sandra, who said I was going to order just a couple of the frame dies, but after seeing them work with the foil press, I've ordered the showstopper. Trish Lestelle just broke down and ordered a third set of stained glass acetate. Liam just said nesting dies are for life.
That tickled Nicola, didn't it?
It did tickle Nicola. Sherry Burns says, I have a ton of nesting dies, but not simple edge ones. Caved and got the showstopper. This is their big selling point. They are simple edge, so they're going to give you more craftability. Trish says, I feel for the Crafters TV team. You have all worked so hard this last 2 weeks. Well done. Teresa says, I'm always inspired to get my foil press out when I see Craig putting it through its paces. Love watching Craig in the foil press, says Sherry Byrne. And just a few more comments here. Kim Finn, hello Kim, says, hi Ben and Craig, I've just bought the showstopper and a bonus buy for my daughter. Yes. Sherry Burns says, I've got a ton of nesting dies, but I've caved and got the showstopper. And My Little Melting Pot says, I'm in a crafting coma watching Craig. This is amazing. Lisa Pop says, I've always had problems getting my layers straight. These dies will make it so much easier. Absolutely they will. They'll change the game for you. And Mahoga Leone says, oh Craig, thank you for making mistakes. I was positively miffed when you are able to place dies and cards aligned perfectly in one go. And Alice says, order 21 placed. Has anyone placed more than Alice on the order front? 21 seems, I mean, it's not a competition, but it kind of is, isn't it? So kind of, anyone placed more than 21? Let me know. Jacobu says, we haven't seen Nicola yet, and apparently, Nicola, the way the voting's going, you're going to be dropping the disc in the first show. So, so Liam, you'll get. Oh, Liam's having a tantrum now. Liam, you'll get to go in the second show, but only if you behave. If you start shouting like that, you won't get a go. Oh, the kids, eh? The kids. Just to remind, Showstopper is everything that you're about to see with Craig. £52, $68. Your bonus buy, which you absolutely need to go for, is more of those stained glass window acetates. We are just shy of half of the stock gone. Please go swiftly. The majority of people buying the showstopper are getting the extra stained glass windows as well. And that obviously is taking away then from the showstopper. So that's why things are going so super quickly. Shop now whilst you can. All right, if you have just joined us, a warm welcome. Let's see what we're getting. Stained glass windows first, yeah?
Yes, we'll have a look at these ones here. So you've got your circles and you've got your squares as well. Now within each set then you're going to get 36 of your stained glass window panels. Now these are 4x4. What you're also going to get is 12 designs and you're going to get in 3 of each. Incredibly strong, they're a construction, there's a protective backing on each of them that you're just going to peel off. This is them on white cardstock. Look at the translucity. Now I know we've done outline dies in the past where we can of course pop them onto acetate colour within of course the lines with our alcohol pens. We could not get the depth of colour when it comes to alcohol pens. Even coming in with a shade, because you colour with alcohol pens, it still moves about until it sets. So it's hard to get the blend, it's hard to get the shading in here. The fine detail that you've got, I would say, I would even challenge some of the manufacturing when it comes to dyes to get it so fine. You've got the 3 of each. Now, I've showed you things like this, Ben. If you want to be really luxurious, why not take some of these, one of the squares, cut out, say, the second one of this, and then take a smaller square, cut out a third one, and then start to pin mount it up. Is it?
Yeah.
It's like that. You can do that. If you're going for the bonus buy, you'll have more. So you've got your florals, you've got under the sea, you've got your birds, you've then got your things such as your butterflies, you've got your dragonflies, you've got your bumblebees, you've then got your things such as your kingfishers in there as well, your peacocks. So if you've got things left over, as I was using, if we get time, Ben, we'll do this. Remember, the very first craft along ever, the peacock collection. So I've used it with some of the papers that I had left over.
Look at that.
And it starts to work. So this is where it's going to extend your Sarah Signature, your Nature Garden, all of your Crafter's Companion collections. You've got things from Creative Expressions and Hunky Dory and all of that. They're going to work well with those papers. So you've got these ones, incredibly strong, 36, 12 designs, 3 of each. But then what we've also now got is we've got our circles here.
Look at the owl. I've just noticed the owl.
Exactly, same vibrancy. The detail, tiny. You've got the blend. You've got the shades in there as well. 36, 12 designs, 3 of each. But what I want to point out here is, yes, they've both got bumblebees, but you've got no duplication. We could have reproduced them, but put them into 4x4.
Yeah, exactly right.
But we've not. So we're giving you all of these completely different designs. There's a beautiful peacock, but within that one there, got feathers sprayed out that you can see. So completely different designs, works with your nesting dies. You can absolutely change the shape as I showed you before. Use your metal shim, and then these can come a lot smaller if you want to. You've got that option. So all of those are then going to work so well with our brand new nesting dies. Now, with the brand new nesting dies, what's different about these ones that we covered just not that long ago, they are plain edge. To my knowledge, we've never done plain edge nesting dies with a small increment. We've done them with the mats and layers, we've done them within the layout collection, but not with
like
small increments. Largest is 4x4, and you've got 5mm increments. So when you're using your sentiments, if you're using your die cut sentiments, certainly when it maybe comes to something like the rectangles, how many sentiment stamps have you got that you've now got an abundance of layers, Ben, to start to use? Use these in. I mean, you and Sarah had the most ridiculous price within the layout collection the other day. I think there's still maybe some,
not many,
just in stock. Start to team them now with, of course, your layout collection. But you might have scalloped edge nesting dies. Use these in with the scalloped edge as well. Bring the rectangle in with the oval and vice versa. Bring that into there as well. Bring them into there. So yes, you've got all of these. Now what I would say, all of them, apart from the octagon, you've got 14 dies. This one you've got 12 dies. So you've got a fair amount of substantial metal. And that's what's the incredible thing is as well, Ben. All that metal, all of that metal covered within the 82 dies. that you've got here. So you can still do your cards, still do your paper, you can still do your acetate, add your metal shim, still do things such as your materials as well, with the Beast of the Boy or the Gemini, but bringing in your metal shim as well. But
Half
then
the showstopper gone, sorry.
No, by all means, go for it. But what I want to show you within this next sample here, Ben, that nesting die, okay, this isn't in the set, but use the stained glass panels with all your other nesting dies as well that you've got. We're going to do a box in a moment, or part of a box here. We're coming along now with your steppers. What about bringing in things such as your stepper dies and start to use them with the stepper dies? Debbie Robinson does the most incredible light up boxes and panel boxes. Why not start to add them onto the sides? For instance, this one here.
Oh, look at that.
But maybe you could do a dragonfly, maybe do a bumblebee,
butterfly,
the other dragonfly, or then, change them all the way around. I think you've got one on all different sides, Ben. There are so many. If I just show you a few of these here, Ben, where it's just using the nesting dies. Use them as stoppers on your cards as well. Do these backgrounds as well. You know that sample that Debbie showed you yesterday with the hexagon from the patchwork dies? Do that with, of course, these dies here. I mean, starting to channel, these are sorts of ones that our Nicole has done. If you haven't already, go into the I'm a Crafter's Companion Facebook page, see what Nicole has done in more detail, because it's phenomenal, it's exquisite. But the great thing is what I also love about nesting dies, Ben, you don't need toppers, you don't need die cuts, you don't need pattern papers. You can make beautiful cards with the shape of nesting dies alone, but you've got the framework, you've got the apertures, you've got the foil press, you've got that layering ability, you've got the ability to pop your sentiments, frame your toppers, change them all. There are so many ways in which you can use them. Don't just think of them as a square or shaped piece of metal.
Laura's just saying stained glass window acetates will make great light catches for my craft room as well. They certainly will. And again, just as Craig was talking there, you can see that we've got this beautiful light box here as well. So you've got a little bluebird on the front. Flip that one around. That is the peacock. Flip it around again. You've got your hummingbird, and then flip it round one more time. Then you've got the, it's a cardinal. So Nicola just went, it's an angry bird. Is that one of the angry birds? I think you're actually right. It does look a little bit like an angry bird. Was that a video game or a movie? Oh, both. There you go. Angry bird or cardinal. The kid's telling me in the gallery there was a video game, then a movie. Les55 says, I'm loving these shows. I'm learning so much, despite the fact that I've been crafting for more than 60 years. You're never too old to learn. Thank you, you say. Welcome. Colleen Pasali says, they're so nice, so different for us to use for our crafting and home decorations also. So nice and so different, you say. Yes, and Lynn Morton says, Ben and Craig, thank you for showing everything again. Sold. I bought the showstopper and the bonus buy. Thank you, Crafter's Companion, as always. Thank you. And Andy A says, I said I didn't need these. Who was I trying to kid? There's that phrase again. There's that phrase. We've heard it so much through birthday. People coming in saying, wasn't going to buy. Said I didn't need these. And then you always end up buying. Just to say as well, if you go for the showstopper, it's flying on its own. However, the majority of people are getting the showstopper and then they get the bonus buy. The bonus buy is another set of the stained glass window acetate. So you'll get another set of the squares, you'll get another set of the circles, so 72 more of those beautiful designs. Not for that price though, £25 or £29, you can halve that. That becomes £12.50 or £14.50. And if you're platinum, of course, you can then take another 20% off that price. But of course, only while stocks last. And the more people that buy the showstopper than the bonus buy means there's less and less and less of these showstoppers to go, because this takes away from the showstopper. So you've got to appreciate, if you're not buying now, you are running a risk, because we are well over half the stock already gone. Last 2 days of double points. Last 2 days of getting your mystery gift when you spend over 10, and your last 2 days of getting your free shipping too. So make sure you pick this up if you love it. If you're in need of sort of core craft room essentials, you know, things like your cardstock, things like your adhesives, your glues, all these things, make sure you get them in your basket, if not today, tomorrow, to take advantage, because come Monday, that is the end of birthday for another year. End of your free shipping, I know, boo. End of your double points, boo. And end of your free gifts as well. And the end of the Plinko, boo. So you know what to do. Thank you, Craig, for the great demo, says Vanessa, and techniques that you are sharing with us. Talking of great demos and techniques, shall we go back to Craig and have another one? I think we shall.
What about your envelope boxes?
Love it.
What about bringing them in with those? So let's go in here. So I've gone in with a piece of the pattern paper from the Enchanted Ocean. Now I'm going to then do a 7x7 box that is then 1 inch depth. So if I come along 7 inch, 7 inch, this is how I know I need it. 11 3/4 and then lines J and J. So let's go up into 11 3/4 and 11 3/4. So if I then come up to here, let's make sure it's nice and straight. And then we're going to cut, can use them bits for creating backgrounds. Then we're going to bring in our, what we've done with it here is here. Let's go in with our enveloper box. And this is the creator, and I need, of course, my score tool. So we're going to go in now, and there's a reason that I'm doing this right from scratch, is to show you, of course, the way that you're going to then create the aperture. So I'm going into position 1, and I'm going to go into line J. So we're going to then score at J. I'm going to lift up, and we're going to go into position line 4, and we're going to do J again. Now, usually we'd say flip to the other side, but because it's J all the way around, I'm just going to keep rotating. So that's position 1, and then position 4. So we're going to go into place. This is going to show you, Ben, if you're left with a bit of cardstock that's going to be too big to run through, then I'm just going to cover that with you in a moment.
Yeah.
So, because of course we're going to create an aperture here, but this is too big to run through your Gemini. So we're going to go J, and then this is then going to go into position 4. So we can line that one up into 4, and then we're going to go into line J. We're going to then do the final one. We're going to go into J, lift, into position 4, and then we're going to do J again. So that's all of them, 11 3/4 by 11 3/4, position 1 and 4. We've done J all the way round, and this is going to give us a 7x7 box that's 1 inch in depth. So
sorry, Nicola is cracking some jokes. She's just said, this is a whaley good demo, she's just said. There's whales.
She is on it today.
Yeah.
And
I can't wait to see more.
You could turn it around and use this on the outside.
Really good.
But I'm not going to do it, or the reason that I'm not purposely doing lots of decoration is because you can do that at home. I'm just showing you how to be using the Nest and Dies. So although I'm not going to decorate it with the Enchanted Ocean collection, you can when you're at home. Now with the boxes, that's going to be the top part, so I've cut out that panel at the side here. Here, because we're technically going to go into a box, I know it's harder to see because of the paper and the lines, but I'm going to cut down, I'm going to turn it around, and then I'm going to cut out that notch, and then there's a little crossover of a little triangle. I'm going to cut that one out, and that creates a little notch. Do the same, score line, cut down. I'm going to turn it around. Where there's that little score line, chop it off.
Yeah.
And then where, of course, we've then got that little triangle, chop that out. Now we've got our little glue tabs here. So we're going to be using Shock Horror, the seahorse.
Hey.
So let's take that backing off.
Yeah.
So we're going to give it a little scratch with our pokey tool in the corner, and then we're going to peel that one off. Now these ones here are 4x4, very satisfying noise taking them off. Film yourself and put it on TikTok and do ASMR.
Oh yeah, that's all the sound effects, isn't it?
And I might need to do that actually.
Very popular.
Yeah. It's very, very popular is that. Now if we take our large nesting die, which of course is going to frame it just nicely. But you've got a little bit of the clear acetate showing. Not that it matters, but I don't want that. I just want to have, of course, the full image. Now, to actually have that within here, what we're going to do is, well, we're not going to be able to get it through when it comes to our Gemini. So you need either the Pro, which most people won't have. So what about just using them as templates? Use them as templates, use them as stencils. So if I come along with my pencil here, so if I just take my pencil, and then I'm going to line this up the best I can. Keep myself right. I'm going to do it so the bottom is actually on the bottom here. We're just going to go in, and then nothing's stopping you using maybe your art liners, your little pens. Maybe you want to use these. These will be good for doing things such as your little grids. So if you do your Zentangling or your Santangling, what about drawing around these and starting to infill and do your Santangling? You can absolutely do that. So there's ways of doing it with, of course, your actual, your pencil, is what I'm trying to say, with your Santangling. And then all that I'm doing is I'm going to go in with my craft knife, Ben, and I'm just going to cut this out.
Do you know what? As much as these are absolutely flying as well, I think it's so brilliant to see them live. You're seeing so many different ways of how you can use these in your projects, and hopefully you're seeing the benefit of why these are potentially, if not the most important launch of birthday, if you like, because everybody is going to need these. They're the things you're going to use day in, day out, time and time again. And that's why another one's gone to Lisa Pop, who's got the Showstopper and Bonus Pie. Jules has bought the Showstopper and the Bonus Pie. Gillian has bought the Showstopper. So thank you everyone for shopping. Do it sooner rather than later though, because we are heading up towards 60% of this stock gone. Look at that. Perfect square.
Perfect square for then, of course, to fit inside. And you know something, and that's absolutely bang on word, Ben. These are probably the most important launch from launch, because they're so useful and they're so versatile in what you can then create. This one, what I'm going to do, I want a little bit of a bigger square.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to cut my pink card from the Enchanted Ocean to 4.5 by 4.5, and then we can come in now. So this one, let me remind myself here. So we're still sticking within that second smallest one. Let's take our low tack tape to hold it down, and then we're going to line that one up here. So if I tape that down and tape that down. So it's about framing our work, it's about framing our envelopes. What's lovely with doing something like this, if you use normal acetate, you can see into the card of the project, which is nice. But using something that's a pattern, you can see something, Ben, but what you're actually getting is that beautiful, vibrant image on the forefront. So it's like, what's at the back, but what's actually beautifully covering the front. Now, of course, that's then going to sit beautifully, perfectly in the middle. But let's take our tape runner here, and I'm just going to go round the edges very, very thinly. So I'm not using the whole length of the tape runner. And then what we can do here is if I come in and then frame that one perfectly. So there's not a 4.5 by 4.5 inch die, but we've created it ourselves. That could be 5 inch, that could be 6 inch. You create your own larger size, and then you can then use the dies to frame. I mean, look at that. If I bring in a bit of, did I have white card left? Bit of the white card.
Oh dear, that is absolutely exceptional.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And do you notice that difference? Look at me lift it there.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. But then when you sit it, it's really,
really pop, didn't they?
solid. Soft and subtle, as Liam's just said in our ear, which is a bang-on way to describe it. But then you've got that block vibrancy of the blend and the shade all done for you. So we're going to now come in. So that's how we're going to get around putting it into a larger piece of cardstock. I'm going to jump just to my tacky glue now. I'm not, because we're blocked. And if anyone's saying, well, why are you jumping to it? Could you have used your tacky glue with the acetate? Absolutely. You would just need to let that dry a little bit longer because, of course, it's a non-porous surface. And then we're just going to reline that one back up into place here. And then I've got a piece of card, so I cut that one here. So that one is actually 4x4. So I've used the 4x4 one. And what I'm doing is I'm going to show you how you can create a doubled layer frame.
Yeah.
So if I bring that into here, let's actually, I don't think I've got that mint. Let's do it from scratch. It's only going to take a moment and I can show you. So if I take that out there and that out there. So let's use that same die we've been using all along, plus we're going to use this outline die, this larger outline die. Remember, it's still a bit smaller than the 4.5. So let's take our tape. So if you want to do that visual frame, that depth frame where it's got 1 layer or 2 layer, just start to come down in little increments. You're always going to use that smallest one as to what you've used to do the initial framing.
Yeah.
So we're going to go frosted, top plate. Still, not yet have I used the magnetic shim with these ones. We've used all of our card, papers, our Centura Pearl, we've done our white card, and you won't need to use your magnetic shim unless you're doing it with things such as acetate or materials. I would use my tacky glue for this one because it's fine and flexible, but this is the largest 2 squares, and then if we bring that in here, so we've already created one frame, and then Ben, if we start to line that one up into here, and then we're going to follow that outer edge all the way round, nudge that in. So visually we've done a double frame. Now that could be a card blank, of course, but then if I bring that bit of card back in, you can see the vibrancy, then pop in whatever you want inside, and then let's just assemble it.
I love making boxes and fancy envelopes, says Janet, and again, these are going to afford you the ability to be able to create the most stunning boxes, the light boxes that we've shown you as well. I know a lot of people are chatting about. Thank you, Pamela, who says, hi everyone, I've just bought the Showstopper. This collection is magnificent. I love it. Thank you also to Trish Lestelle, who says the 19th birthday deals have been outstanding. But it's been a brilliant couple of weeks. I can't believe it's nearly over.
I know, eh?
It seems like 5 minutes since we launched the Vintage Vegas collection on that first Monday, and we're nearly done. Nadia says, highlights of birthday week for me. Firstly, the letterpress, then the marble papers, then the stamping platform, and then the creation powders. With Leanne demos, well, she says, yeah, everything. It's probably very hard to pick, isn't it? A lot of people saying that they love these as well. Zip says, you had me at stained glass acetate. Oh my.
I think that was a lot for a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely. It's just that, like we say, it's artwork, isn't it, that you're getting on the acetate?
That's exactly what it is, yeah.
And Paula says, I've ordered my nesting dies. I love these increments that you're getting with those. It allows you to be so super crafty, but you're going to have to be quick because I'm just hearing we are 55% of the stock now gone. And it's going to go even quicker when you see demos like this.
And then if I, just so that you can see, if I just put that bit, so if you're doing something like a card or that from your Enchanted Ocean or whatever it is, you're starting to see the image of the seahorses bouncing off. You can just make it out. You'd also be able to make out there's something nice in there, but what is it? And then it's not until you take your card out, you're going to have your beautiful card, and then you're also going to have your envelope. Then what you can do then, Ben, chop the excess off, the recipient that is, pop it into a box frame.
We are loving this show. You are loving this show. 55% of the stock of the Showstopper's gone. Remember, it's all of your stained glass windows in the squares and the circles, 36 in each pack, so that's 72 of those. You've got 12 designs in each box, 3 of each, and then you're going to get all of your 82 nesting dies. in all of those different sizes, but you will have to be quick. If you want that showstopper and you want more of the stained glass acetate windows, then you pop those into your basket. There's a separate bundle for the stained glass acetate. There's a separate bundle for your nesting dies. You get the showstopper, you get everything at the best price, saving £20, $22, and then you add in more of the acetate as the bonus buy, and you'll get that for half the price with your double points, with your free gift, with your free shipping. Last 2 days to take advantage of that. If you do just decide that you want one or the other, we've got the bundles for the stained glass window acetate on its own, the bundle for the nesting dies on its own, and all individuals available too. We are going to give you a break. Just before we go to the break, 2 left of your 9x6 plates for the Gemini 2. So it is that collection that we gave you. It's one of the bonus buys with the G2. So you get the bag, of course you get all of your plates in there, so your 2 white cutting plates, your metal cutting plate, your plastic shim in there alongside your magnetic shim, and that rubber embossing mat. There's 2 of those left, so if you just want to buy it as is, it's £44 or $60, but if you're super quick, if you've been toying with the idea of potentially buying a Gemini 2, of which again we have less than 50 of the current stock, you can buy your G2 and then you can put your 9x6 plates into your basket and get them for half that price, so £22 or $30 platinum, but you will have to be super quick though, because those potentially could sell out in this break. We're going to give you 3 or 4 minutes here, so you know what to do. Get your bits and pieces checked out, and then come back. When we come back, we will squeeze in another demo with Craig. We'll answer any more questions that you guys might have, and get those comments coming through as well, because we've got a very special guest joining us before the end of the show to drop, no, not Belvis, someone even better than Belvis Mesley. Yep, very special guest. Going to be, Craig's just looking at me like that. Special guest. Yeah, the special guest, right? Yeah. The special guest, the one and only, making her way all the way from just around the corner in the gallery. It's a fairer walk, actually. She'll probably start now, and she'll probably be here just in time. Nicola's going to be doing the Plinko, and it could be you winning a big prize. So comment away. We'll see you in about 4 minutes.
Get in early on the morning to work, set up all my cameras, all my TV monitors, make sure the lights are on, check off some things before the show. After the last show, we'll need to make sure everything's switched off, ready for the next day. Then I get to go home, just watch some TV, watch some movies or something when I'm making some food, and then go to sleep. The best part of my day is probably going live for the first time, like the first show of the day. I enjoy it, it's just fun. Get to warm up into the day. It's when everyone's saying good morning, everyone's chatting on the live chats, so yeah. I'd say night owl, but I'm also up quite early, so a bit of both. Shower at night time. Coffee, but I like iced coffees more than hot. Savoury breakfast. Masterclass. Definitely my headphones, helps with the bus rides. I like noodles, but it has to be done properly in a pan, whacking an egg, spring onions, all the trimmings. Mad by J Park. I check the bus timetable so I can get home.
Birthday's gonna set my soul on fire. I got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn on all the launches I desire. Oh, there's hundreds of great deals waiting out there. How much will I spend? Man, I don't even care. Don't tell my bank manager so he's unaware. Viva Craft Vegas! Viva Craft Vegas! Oh, how I wish that there were more than the 2 whole weeks of birthday. And even if there were 4 or more, I wouldn't sleep a minute away. Oh, there'll be fun with the Plinko and the roulette wheel. Fortunes that you'll save on every deal. All you'll need's a credit card and a nerve of steel. Viva Craft Vegas! Viva Craft Vegas! Viva Craft Vegas! I'll be sure to cash in on these deals I'll be stashing. There's no hope, I'll refrain. Viva Craft Vegas, turning day into nighttime, turning night into daytime. Once you see the deals, you'll never be the same again. I'm gonna keep on the run, I'm gonna have me some fun. If it costs me my very last dime, but if I wind up broke, well, I'll always remember that I had a crafty time. I'm gonna bag all the double points that I can, of all the free gifts and bonus buys. I'm such a fan, just gotta keep my spending secret from my partner, oh man. Viva Craft Vegas! Viva Craft Vegas! Viva Craft Vegas! Viva, Viva Craft Vegas!
Wish I could sing like Belvis. He's a talent, isn't he, eh? He's a talent. Just got a bit of a dodgy syrup, isn't he? Just a bit of a dodgy syrup. No, it isn't his fault. It isn't his fault. It's just a bit, isn't it? Sheree Morris says, good morning, everyone. I'm a bit late to the show again this morning, but I did get my showstopper and my bonus buy. Yes. Great final launch, says Angela Laidlaw. Yeah, it is a great final launch. You want to be super quick if you want to get the showstopper. We are losing stock at a rate of knots. So we're going to squeeze in a couple of demos, I think, over the course of the next 20 minutes, and then we're going to drop that Plinko disc. We're going to drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. So get ready for that. Comment away, ask any questions, get any last comments in, and it could be you winning the prize at the end of the show. And remember, tomorrow in the final show, we will be taking all of our 28 winners from the 2 weeks and finding out who's going to be our overall winner, winning potentially a very big prize. Talking of questions, let's go back to Craig then with a question from Michelle Middleton, who says, what is, Craig, the largest size of the rectangle dies?
So the largest of the rectangle is 6 inch,
right?
But it's 6 inch by 4. So the largest of them all is 4 inch, but like the rectangle, the width of it is 4 inch. The oval, which we're away to use in a moment, is 4 inch as well.
Excellent stuff. Any last minute questions, please fire them in. We want to get your questions answered so that you know you're going to get the very best out of this collection when you get it back. So we're going to look at the ovals now.
We are indeed.
And you're going to make a card base, right?
Yeah, very, very simple. So once we've done this, what we are going to do is, now we're not going to make all of this, but I'm going to show you the lid of this box bin, and then later tonight, across on my Crafter's Companion YouTube channel, I've filmed a tutorial how to make the whole entire lot. So we'll show you the box lid just shortly. But what we're going to do, card blanks. Let's use the ovals and let's make an easel. Now, if you like this idea, Ben, come back later on to Masterclass and we'll show you other ways to use the nesting dice. Stock dependent, I must add.
Yes.
So let's take the largest one here. Now, what I've got is I've got a bit of cardstock with it being a top fold, and as long as it's big enough to hold the largest of the oval, I'm going to go just over the edge, ever so slightly, just a teeny little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're then just going to tape that one down. Doesn't need to be central because we don't need this excess. All that I'm wanting was in the middle with a light little overhang. What I'm then going to do is bring in my plates. Now this is actually single-sided A3 Centura pearl I've used. So that's 310 GSM, so that's 620 GSM. So I am then going to add in my magnetic shim for this one.
Yep.
And then we're going to run that one through. So that's going to run through. So what that's going to do is that's obviously going to cut that oval on both sides. But because we've got that overhang, we're left with a hinge. So if we want to keep this as a top fold oval die card blank, you can absolutely do that. So I'm going to set that one there, flipper tape plates for the moment. And then if we take this one out, Ben, we've now got either, if we carefully prise that off, either a top fold oval card.
Yeah.
If you wanted to get rid of that, cut another one, stick it over the top, and then you'll hide that little hinge.
Got it.
But what I'm going to do, now you could be more accurate than I am here, but I'm just roughly guessing that halfway point that we can see here. So let's bring in our plates once again, and I'm going to move that out of the way. Let's bring in, so that's the same die, but this is just a single piece of card. If I then bring in the next size down, and then let's do a black piece of card. So if I get a little bit space, hopefully I can get these both in, because we'll do one down here, get that just a no more. So we're going to then take that one down, and then let's go for the next size down again, and then we're going to cut another piece of white card. Now I keep going the next increment down, Ben, but you could go the second increment,
so you can skip it, yeah.
Third one if you want to. You can change it up. You don't have to keep using every alternative increment. These are all single sheets of card, so I'm going back to taking out my magnetic shim. We're then going to run that one through. That's then, of course, going to cut these. Did say at the start, if you're just joining now, these will still go through all your electric die cutting machines. They'll still also go through your MIDI. And do not panic if you hear that cracking noise. That is because two reasons. One, they are new plates, but also that these are simple shaped dies. So that is cutting metal going straight into a bit of plastic. So that noise is absolutely A-OK, so don't worry. Now there, I just wasn't quite on the plate. So I'm just going to make sure that's slotted back in there. So let's run that through again without the magnetic. While that's cutting, what I can do is if I bring back in my easel here, bring back in this largest one that I've cut in, I'm then going to add my tape, and we'll cover more within Masterclass later on today. Hashtag stock dependent.
Yeah, hashtag warning, Christine Mahoney's just ordered the showstopper and the bonus and an extra 4 more pairs of the acetate stained glass windows.
Well done.
Well done, Christine. Just a warning shot fired there that those are going to disappear.
Gosh, between Christine and Lily, I'm surprised we'll have much stuff left. Anything at all. Lily does love to shop, doesn't she?
She does. She does.
So there, Ben, we've got our easel.
Yeah.
So you've got your easel, but if I just bring in a couple of these layers here, so this was the next size down. So this is going to show your mats and layers, and you'll see here, because of the quality of the metal, and it's not a thin piece of metal, although it looks a thin piece of metal, technically it's not. If you've got other branded small increment nesting dies, have a look. They're even thinner, which means they can bend when they go through a die cutting machine. Simple perfection when it comes to oval cutting and the nesting dies. And then you can do another small one to create a little stopper, Ben. But then there you go. That's how you're going to do an easel for all of them. And then just in a moment, we'll come back and then I'll do that box lid.
Brilliant. Do you know what? Again, if you have just joined us, do make sure you go back, watch this whole show. Craig has covered off so many different things that you're able to do with these nesting dies. So it is, again, a show worth watching back and a show worth saving. If you've got your little playlists on YouTube and whatnot, really, really save this show. And then you've got everything that you need once your nesting dies arrive. Good morning, Sherry Morris. You've got your showstopper. Hello also to Amanda Davidson, who says, I've just got my showstopper and the extras. I love watching Craig demo. We're going to squeeze in one final demo just before the end. Don't forget, the showstopper is absolutely everything. So you're going to get all of those nesting dies in all of the different shapes. You've got your octagon, your hexagon, your oval, your rectangle, your circles and your squares in there. It equates to 82 dies, 82 pieces of metal, plus your 72 stained glass window acetate. So you've got 36 of those squares, 36 of the circles as well, with all those different designs. There's different designs on each one. We haven't duplicated the designs from the squares across the circles. They're all different, and you get 3 of each, giving you the 72. £52 or $68 is your platinum price on that. That's also your price if you're shopping with us for the first time today and you join Club Inspire on the website. Double points, free gift, free shipping, and you get your bonus buy option too once you've bought that showstopper. Get that in your basket and then add in another set of the stained glass window acetate on their own and you'll get that for half the price. It's absolutely worth doing that, but remember, the more people that do that, the less of those showstoppers that we've got available. That's why we are just a shade shy of 60% of that showstopper gone. Very busy. And the thing you've got to realise, of course, as well, it's super early still, isn't it? Across the pond, what are we, 8:45, 6:45 Pacific. So more and more people are going to be waking up after the show's finished, jumping in, grabbing this. So don't wait till later. Got a masterclass coming up where we will be looking at these again. Don't wait till that show. Make sure you shop now. Right, 7 or 8 minutes, I reckon. What can you show us?
Yeah, let's do this, Ben. Right, what I've already done is I've cut a piece of our white card to 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and then on the box lid side, I've gone in, I've scored at 1.5 inches all the way round. I've then taken the largest square nesting die and die cut that out, and just so that you can see, that will go through your large Gemini. So you don't need to do what I done when it comes to this one. You better be quick because the police are coming.
Price police.
Those. Price police, yeah, if you just heard that. So yeah, don't need to worry about tracing for this one. It will go through your G2. So let's move that out the way. We've got, I think it's out of stock now, isn't it? The most incredible papers.
Oh, is it? Is it gone?
Is it gone?
It was still in stock last time I was here, I think, but it might well have gone.
I just went out on a lemon. You know,
I know things have. I wouldn't be surprised with you.
Oh, it is. Oh,
yeah. I was going to say,
if you'd said to me, Craig, pick one of the actual launches that you would bet your life is sold out, I would have said those papers.
Yeah, we had a big stock though, to be fair.
Ah, okay. See, because I wasn't on the show, I don't look at stocks quantity unless I'm actually on the show. But well, there we go. That one there being, of course, one of two of our actual, and this happens to be the Opal.
Opal.
Yep.
There you go. Bottom of your screen for the Opal pad. $24.99, $29.95. We do still have the full bundle available for you as well, which was the Opal pad, the Black Pearl pad, the handmade papers, wasn't it? Oh, yes, of course, and that colour core pad with the sanding blocks and the dust cloth. So shop the website for all of that. Is still available. Not huge stocks, though, I wouldn't imagine, because it was very busy. Love the past 2 weeks, says Dawn. I've learned a lot, thank you. Devaney says, loved all of the showstoppers and bonus buys. And Amelie says, the nesting dies would be a great deal on their own for this price.
Yeah, good.
But since you get the acetate too, it's an absolute steal. That's a really good point, isn't it? That is
really good point. Now, the paper was 5 by 5, Ben, that I cut it to. And then I've given myself a thin black matting layer. So if I then come in here with the next two size down. So that was the largest I used for the actual lid here. And I'm coming down now with the next two. So we're going to do what we've done earlier on, and let's create a really nice delicate frame. But we could, if we wanted to, if we wanted that frame to be a little bit thicker, then of course skip that one and then go to the next size down. So I'm now going to I'm just going to jump to my junior plates now, just because of the size of them. So we're going to then be able to run that through. Now, if you line them up perfectly, then, oh, there we go, that's it. Oh, it's like dominoes here. This happened to Debbie yesterday, didn't it?
Oh, is the
power.
Loose connection.
I feel the power. Ben, can I jump back to you just for a moment?
See if you can sort that out. Yeah, thank you for all the comments. Still flying through. Anne says, I've got some of the marble papers on order, but I have bought some more in store today. Yeah, do shop the website for all of that. By the way, whatever we've got left as far as the new launches are concerned, we will bring to you tomorrow in our final 2 shows for you. We are now over 60% of the showstopper gone, so fast as you can. There we go.
So I've got my nice delicate frame, but what I've also got is a black panel. If I line that up better, I've got another framework as well that we could be using. Now, for that to stick on, let's go back to that smallest one that I've used. We're going to go in here, And then I'm going to line that up.
Price police again.
They're coming for you. And then we're going to run that through. And I'll be able to show you right here in a moment, once that's cut, within the actual lid, there's a reason that I use the largest of the square, and I'll show you that right now. And that is so, when we take that out, so just prise that one off very, very carefully. Now, this one means that if I bring that in here, you're not going to see any of the white card.
Gotcha.
So that's why I've used the largest one, and it means we are able to hide the actual card. We're going to go in with the dragonflies, and then we're going to take that off. If I said before, if you're just joining now, Ben, I have done this whole project on my Crafter's Companion YouTube channel. It's not up yet. I'll upload it tonight when I get home. And that's including the lid, but we've done the base as well. It's all in real time. I'm warning you, it's about 2 hours and 45, not 2 hours, 1 hour 45
I was going to say, you went some there, didn't you? 3 hours.
Just verging on 2 hours, but that's because we do lots of mat and layers. So a lot of it is repetitive, so you're able to skip forward a fair bit of it if you want to.
Yeah.
But this time, the only reason I'm jumping to my red liner tape is to show you another adhesive that you can use. So you can use your tape, you can be using things such as your tape runner, your glues.
We do have a 7-piece red liner tape bundle on the show for you, so if you shop the show, you should be able to find that there. Details coming at the bottom of your screen.
Take that off, and then you can either pop it over, Ben, or if you find it easier, if we bring in a piece of white card to make it easy. See, I just love the pinks in this one here. And then make it easy, line it up, and they're sized to perfection so that you don't see that overhang of the clear stained glass window acetate. We're going to go in, as my glue still clogged, so we'll sort that after. So what I'll do, instead of assembling the lid, we'll get to the point that I've shown you how to do all this, and then I'll bring in the one that I've finished. So let's bring that in. So we're just going to let that finish. And the reason I do that is that looks nice without a frame, but it's just even nicer.
Sharpens it a bit,
to come along with the frame. Now you could use your gold, because you've got gold foiling in here, you could do this with your gold card, and that's going to elevate it that little bit more. But we're just nudging it in, perfect square that's matte and layer. Let's move that out the way. We're going to come in here, we're going to pop that on, and then I will jump to the one that I've already done. But I want to show you all stuck together. I know many of you have seen glue tabs on boxes being done, but it's all about the framework and that aperture. So if we pop that in here, build it, and then assemble the box lid, which will look like that one here. So if I pop that into there, you can see, just see, of course, the actual dragonfly, but then we've also done the box base. I've put white in there at the base just to make it stand out a little bit more. Just our lights are catching it, but you can see. But that whole box, that base, the inside, the top, the lid, the sentiment, I do from start to end on the tutorial. As I say, well, just under 2 hours. That would be one demo and one show, hence why I filmed it separately, Ben. I'll post that tonight, but your boxes are going to work a treat as well.
Been a fab show, says Vicky, loving it. And Suzanne Dawn says, really does make it stand out with that black frame. It is making your mind up time here, whether or not you are going to go for this showstopper, because we are well over 60% of the stock gone. More and more people waking up, checking it out. If you are getting that showstopper, don't forget to add in the extras of your stained glass window acetate for half the price. When we come back, I will be announcing the winner in this show, who's going to be winning themselves a go on the Plinko board, but not just any old person dropping the Plinko. No! It's the one and only Nicola. Will be here. If you've commented in the show, do not go anywhere. We'll be back in a minute's time. Could be you winning an amazing prize.
Get ready. Crafter's Companion is turning 19. and our fabulous Vegas birthday event is taking up residency here at Crafters TV.
That's right. From the 14th till the 27th of October, we're bringing the iconic Las Vegas experience to you. Expect sensational shows, non-stop entertainment, and plenty of chances to win big.
Yes, it's Vegas, baby, and we've hit the ultimate crafting jackpot. We're going all in with new launches, amazing offers, and show-stopping surprises.
Forget the luck of the draw. You're all on the guest list for our most entertaining birthday event yet. So keep an eye on our website for the full lineup and join the fun.
And remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So tune in to Crafters TV Live for the full 19th birthday experience. We'll see you there.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we are at the Plinko game. This has been fun, hasn't it? Giving people prizes throughout the event.
It's been so much fun. I've loved it. I really, really have.
How many times have you dropped the disc?
3 times.
What's been your best prize?
I think Stephen won it yesterday.
Stephen!
Stephen! And he won the voucher. Was it a 50 voucher?
A 50?
Yeah.
I think that's been my best as well, actually, a 50 voucher. We've had a couple of hundreds here, but we'll announce the winner in just a second. We've got a very, very special dropperer in this show.
Bow down to the...
Bow down to the Queen. It is our Nicola, producer Nicola. Woo, 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 woo. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Okay, just to remind you of the prizes that you could be winning. So, if it lands in Paris, have you memorised these?
No.
Okay, Paris is £50 or $50 to spend with us.
Have you?
Yes. The Sphere is a mini deal, a mini. It's just a mini. Not a mini deal, it's just a mini. The Bellagio, that's the £100 or dollars to spend with us.
Okay, doc.
If it lands on the Vegas welcome sign, that is... What is that? Oh, it's the Tri-Blend brush bundle.
So I've won that one.
Okay, I've won that one. The MGM Grand sign is £75 or dollars to spend.
Okay.
The Chapel of Love, these just don't stay in my head. That is a dye bundle.
No, I didn't win that one.
Luxor is $25 to spend. And then the High Roller is a stamp and embossing folder bundle.
Which we won in the first show yesterday, which ironically was perfect because it was like a stamping show with a stamping platform.
I mean, my highest is 75 apparently. Ah, for Gillian.
Okay.
The winner in this show, though, I think I remember because I haven't brought my tablet over, is... I'm 100% sure it is.
Not unlocked.
Yeah, it was. Tracy Lewis on YouTube! All right, Tracy, so you're going to win yourself a prize here now. Nicola, have you got any tactics or are you just going to hoy it?
Well, I was going to ask you two, where are we thinking, Dad?
Oh, see, the 3 times I've done it, I've just done them in random bits.
Have you?
And there's nothing specific.
I've always gone down this side.
Well, hasn't worked.
It's worked all right for me, Nicola. All right, getting sassy up the ladder. Look at her.
Where did Jake go?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
I think Jake sort of went middle-ish. Yeah. You're going to go?
Okay,
all
this
right.
is for you, Tracy.
Come on, Tracy.
3,
2, 1.
Go!
Go on, go on, go on. Oh! Tracy, it's in the sphere, which means you have won a Gemini Mini.
Wow! You've let me down, you've let the team down, you've let Tracy down. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
No, Tracy, it's a brilliant prize, is it not? And the other cool thing, of course, is you've won that prize. Message us to grab your prize. It's CTV prizes at crafterscompanion.co.uk. And you are into the big final game tomorrow on the show, last show with Sarah, where all of our 28 winners will be placed onto the roulette wheel. We will spin the wheel, and one of the 28 will get the go on the final Plinko game, where the prizes will be bigger and better. So Tracy, there you go. CTV prizes at crafterscompanion.co.uk. I think Nicola is now sulking.
She's just standing there. She's trying to be professional and, you know, not...
You did a great job. Craig, look what you've done now, see?
Time to say goodbye.
Thank you to Nicola. She won't be doing that again, will she?
Oh, she won't.
No. Thank you.
Oh, da-dums.
We've got a masterclass coming up for you live at 5. And so we're going to do more with the nesting dies, are we?
Yes, we are. We're going to have another look at the nesting dies, maybe go a little bit more in depth. I've shown you card blank roughly there with the oval. We'll show you other ways. We'll create backgrounds, we'll create frameworks, we'll create card blanks, we'll do framework of apertures within photo frames. So yeah, we'll have a real depth. What I would say though is grab hold of them now, so you've got them, save the shot, and then you can always come back afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. Get them now. Don't forget, if you're getting that showstopper, we're well over 60% gone. Make sure you pop in your bonus buy bundle as well, because you've got more of those stained glass acetate windows, which I just think you're going to use again and again.
Absolutely.
And again. And also, just worth reiterating, this is the penultimate day, so you've only got the rest of today, then tomorrow to get your free shipping. So, you know, this is all the fun stuff, but things like your, you know, your glues, your craft room essentials, stock up on those now, whilst you've got your free shipping, whilst you'll get your double points, and of course, whilst you'll get your free gift when you spend over 10 too. Thank you for a brilliant show.
No, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm so glad that you've gone a hold and got them, and we'll have fun later on.
We certainly will. Until then, as Craig just said, make sure you check out your deal, and we will catch you back here at 5 for another fun show. Until then, everybody,
Toodles!